Hello everybody, it's me GhostCritic, and I've just got back from a day of comic book shopping. Got the whole week off, so I thought I'd have a day out just purely to look for comics. So I headed off to Birmingham. It's not the greatest place to find a great deal and variety of comics, at least not cheaply. So I did manage to find a good healthy stack which is worth showing all you guys. So without further ado, let's move on to the haul. Okay, let us kick off with all the Marvel titles that I picked up along the way today. I'm trying to complete the last volume of Avengers and the New Avengers. I keep getting told those are the two series that I should read if I want to know the whole kind of backstory for how Secret Wars Battleworld came about. And I have collected Avengers in the past, and I think it's a fun title. You get lots of different characters. The Avengers kind of team are so huge and varied that you're always going to find at least one character or two characters that you like to read. So it's Hickman's run. It's issue number 12. Issue number 14, which was also a prelude to the Infinity tie-in, which I actually quite enjoyed. Issue 25. Issue 28. An Original Sin tie-in, issue 29. Issue 30. And issue 33. Got a feeling I've already got this, but it was only £1, so I wasn't going to like absolutely chastise myself for buying it. On to the New Avengers stuff. This is issue 19, issue 21, number 27. This is nearing the end of the run, as you can see. In 5 months' time runs out, and of course they were talking about Secret Wars. Picked up an all-new X-Men, issue 31. I've never paid full price for this, even though it's an absolutely fantastic read. I enjoyed this from the very beginning, but I just couldn't afford to pay $3.99 for an X-Men title, though that could change. Very pleased with this run of Generation X because it does complete my whole run. It's not the most challenging of X titles. It can be a bit flaky at times. It's just kind of a fun 90s comic that kind of got dragged into a few crossovers. I mean, what X title didn't in the 90s? But it's all the kids of the X universe. This is issue 40, issue number 42, issue 43. The White Queen was kind of their teacher, I guess. It was their headmistress when she was being good for a while. 48, you had Jubilee and Monet in there. 49, 52. So you had, I think it's Husk, and one of my favourites, Chamber, and issue 53, and 55, and 56, and that completes my Generation X run, which I'm very happy to have done. Excalibur, pick these up as and when I see them, issue 46. 70s, nice Bronze Age copy of War of the Worlds, issue 36. Love these kind of Lost World, sci-fi, high adventure fantasy titles that Marvel were putting out in the 70s. A Marvel Spotlight, this time on Dragon Lord by Mark Wolfman and Steve Ditko there, issue number 5. Everyone was always going on about Superior Foes of Spider-Man. I didn't jump on board. I've been seeing these knocking around for 50p here and there, so I'm gradually accumulating the whole series, and I'll probably I won't start reading them until I've got the whole set. Just bought this on a whim. It looks like it's a mini series of the Inhumans. It is issue 4 of 4, so I'm going to have to hunt down the other 3 now. Surprised to see this in a 50p bin box so soon. It's a Modak Assassin. It is part of the Secret Wars tie-in, which is why I was surprised to see it there, but I thought, well, I haven't got it and I wanted to try all the number ones out as much as I could, so bang, there it is. Daredevil, one of my favourite characters, and I just couldn't pick this up once Wade and Samney moved him to, was it California? I just had to let it go at the time, so it was good that I could find issue 3, and issue 2 of the new Wade Samney run, which I believe is coming to an end or has ended. Had to pick these up. It's Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos Max series of Alias. Of course, it's coming on as a Netflix show in the new year, so these will probably not that I doubt I'd ever sell them, but when I can pick them up for 50p, find out a little backstory about it, I'm going to. So that's issue 23. Oh, this goes back, I think, yeah. Issue 8, issue 7, issue 6, issue 5, and last but not least, I found a variant edition of Fantastic Four issue 570 with kind of the classic looking Reed Richards on there, which for £1, why the hell not? Okay, going to move on to DC now, and kind of DC related titles. This is The Dreaming. It was an offshoot of The Sandman, has many of the characters making cameos from the original series, but written by completely different writers. This is issue number 6. Number 19. Some really great covers by Dave McKean here. Issue 24 and issue 37. Moving on issue 3 of 8 of Countdown to Mystery. I've got the first couple and really enjoyed it because it deals with all the kind of DC and magical supernatural characters, so I'm glad I found another copy of that. And to go with that, we also have Countdown to Adventure. Not read these, but I'm sure it'll be just as much fun as the mystery one. And for 50p, issue number 2, issue number 6, more of a kind of space feel to it, I think. Issue number 8. Now, my second run that I completed while I was out on my shopping trip today, and I'm very, very happy with this because I love Hunter and all the kind of Age of Magic stuff. So this is issue 2, issue 3, issue 17, great funky cover there, and issue 18. So that completes my run of that series. I thought I'd pick up some more of the Stormwatch New 52 version and just have a bit of fun with that. So I found issue 2 and issue number 4. Oh, and issue number 20. It's fun because they're using the old Image title Stormwatch font for the cover. Found a couple of Before Watchmen titles that I didn't have. Night Owl, issue 3 of 4 by J. Michael Straczynski. And The Comedian, Brian Azzarello, with art by J.G. Jones. So that's going to be great visually. Number 5 of 6. Thessaly, Witch for Hire. She was another offshoot from the Sandman series. This is issue number 2. Unfortunately, someone's put a nice sticker on there and I've been picking away, but it's not coming and I'm not going to do it anymore. Filling in a gap, it's Shade the Changing Man, issue number 41 from the Vertigo line. Finally managed to find myself, despite the blue marker pen there of the Manhattan Guardian, another of the mini-series in Grant Morrison's Seven Soldiers run. I've been looking for Manhattan Guardian, and I think it's the Bulleteer, for ages, and I can't find them anywhere. I can find all the rest, and I've completed all the rest, but those two I'm struggling with, but finally found issue 1. Just thought this looked fun, and I like the Warlord character and the comic. I picked these up here and there. I'm not particularly collecting them in any way, but they are fun reads. It's the Warlord issue 116. Another run that I finished. It did only need one more. I didn't think I was going to find it, but just before the New 52, the Justice League of America, and it's issue number 60, and that's that run done. Found another of the Earth 2 World's End issue titles, number 7, to fill in a gap. And then finally this kind of deluxe kind of cardboard stock cover called Clash. I've got the first 2, which I picked up on my last comic haul, I believe, or might be the one before that, but I still haven't had the chance to read them. But now I've got issue 3 to go with it as well. So that is that. Let's go on to this pile. Found a lot of Stormwatch and kind of Authority tie-ins and one-shots as I was going along. So we've got Stormwatch Team Achilles issue number 1, number 6, number 9, number 14, number 16, Stormwatch number 17. Now whether that follows on from that one, I don't know. It might do, because 19 is here, Team Achilles. Then we've got the Authority, the Magnificent Kevin, number 5 of 5. I haven't got any of the others, so I can't read that really until I've picked up at least a few more of the previous issues. The Authority Prime, issue number 4, which I managed to pick up 2 copies of. Fool that I am. Issue number 2 of the Authority World's End. Stormwatch Post-Human Division issue number 3, number 15. An odd one that I still needed from the Midnight spin-off run, number 18. Nearly finished that run now. 6-issue spin-off, Secret History of the Authority. This particular 6-issue miniseries focusing on Hawksmoor. So that's number 1. Number 2 and number 6. Now, do you recognise the Stormwatch from the Image title? This is a completely different set of people. Great Jim Lee cover there from the 90s. You can't get more 90s than that. This, I don't think this is actually even part of it. It just looks like it, but it's not. It's Coup d'etat. Mike Carey, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, Wiles Putatio in there, and Coup d'etat Wildcats. That's issue number 3 of 4 of another mini-series. So they were them. And now, finally, this is all the kind of independent stuff. Stuff that didn't basically fit into any of the rest. Larissa gave me a wonderful comic book haul present not so long ago, and she put in quite a lot of Tom Strong comics, which I loved. Found almost the rest of that run that she gave me, and now I want to read more Tom Strong. Hence, Tom Strong from America's Best Comics, issue number 2. Number 3. It's got some great covers on them. Issue number 24. 25. Then from Vertigo, a 6-issue mini-series called Tom Strong and the Planet of Peril. This is issue 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 5, and issue number 6. Yes, unfortunately I'm missing number 4, but it will be found. Picked these on a whim. I always hear Tim going on about these. I mean, obviously in his comic book hauls that he buys, he's got a lot to say about the comics, and he has such a wealth of knowledge. And he always talks about Garth Ennis' The Boys. I've never tried it. I know this is kind of very adult, very violent, very sexually explicit. But I just thought they've got 2, issue number 4 and issue number 10, and I just thought I'd give them a try, and if I like them, which to be fair I probably will, I'll look out for some more. Black Terror, issue number 7. This was a spin-off of Project Superpowers, which had kind of 2-volume series, which were really great, and they kind of drew on golden age comic book characters coming into modern day, and Black Terror was a spin-off, and probably I think one of the longest runs. Most of the rest of the characters who got spin-offs didn't really last that much longer, but we've got issue 14 there of Black Terror. Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers. Joe Casey writing this, a kind of updated version of the Kirby classic. I say classic, and this is when he was coming to, I guess. Yeah, I think to be fair, he'd already peaked by this time when he did his version of this, but it was fun all the same. It's a piece of Kirby history, which we know the guy is a god, but this is an updated version from Dynamite, issue number 2 and issue number 4. I picked up Ted McKeever's Metropole. I hope it's the first 4 issues I picked up not so long ago, and I saw issue number 6 and number 8, so I thought I'd pick them up as well. They look crazy cool. More America's Best Comics, this time the top 10, issue number 4. And issue, I believe, it's the only number. Oh, it's there, number 5. I was going to say it was number 10, but it's number 5. Alan Moore writing some of the material in that, and more America's Best Comics, Tomorrow's Stories. Top 10 special number 1 from season 2. Along with issue 2 from season 2 and issue 3 from season 2. Now I've got a feeling I've already got this. I couldn't be bothered to look in my phone, but it was 50p, so even if I do have it, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm a sucker for zombies. Victorian Undead from Wildstorm, issue number 2, Sherlock Holmes versus Zombies. And if that wasn't enough, Aliens and Humans versus Zombies, issue number 2, an IDW title, which I believe I might have got another of these issues somewhere about, or maybe I'm getting myself confused with someone else. This was a very fun find, a Corbin special from Pelican Comics. I believe, well, I hope it's what it looks like on the cover. Richard Corbin doing The House of Usher, an Edgar Allan Poe classic fiction tale. Rover Red Charlie, issue number 2 from Garth Ennis. I've loved this story, and I've kind of picked, I don't know how long it goes on for, but I've been picking these up as and when I can find them, and luckily I've always got them for 50p, so I'll enjoy reading that. A nice kind of well, no, they're not even anthropomorphic, they are actually dogs, we can just understand what they're saying. This just looked funny. Cerebus number 0. I just love this cover where it says, "Gosh, Cerebus, were you like way cool in the olden days?" And these kind of cool youths of the day, they've got a copy of Wizard and they've got a skateboard with Spawn on it. And all Cerebus has to say is, why don't you buy a copy and find out yourself, butthead? That's got to be fun to read. It's got to be. Another copy of Powers. This is, I believe, volume 3, volume 2. It's volume 2. I thought I had it, but for a change I decided to check my phone, and apparently I haven't. But it just looks a little familiar, that's all. Dark Shadows from Dynamite, issue number 1. Loved what I've seen of the TV series. So looking forward to that. Jupiter's Circle, issue number 1 from Mike Millar. I'm not sure if this is just a variant cover. I looked inside, didn't recognise any of it, because I know I've got a few Jupiter's Circle here and there. Let's hope I haven't, so I've got something else to read. More Ted McKeever in Meta 4 from Image, and issue 1 of a 5-issue allegorical series in black and white, it says on the front. Ted McKeever is always a little bit out there. It's always quite a interesting, I want to say challenging read, but I'm just a bit thick, so and finally we have The Little Depressed Boy number 2 from Image Comics, and that is it. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.